Clifford, please raise your hand and we will get to you. We're going to start with Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Cliff, voting shirts went on sale. How encouraging is it that there was such an outpouring of fans wanting them, seeing what you guys did?
Oh, it's great. And, we're proud of our partnership and the work that we're doing and will continue to do with FRRC and Desmond Meade. And it's a great slogan. Obviously there's a lot going on with them, as you know, with fundraising and, LeBron's group just giving them a big donation. So it's great, and we appreciate all the fan support.
Roy Perry, Orlando Sentinel.
I don't know how much Markel was able to get in today. Do you expect him to play tonight? And maybe what will his minutes look like? And also, what do you expect from J.I. and him in the rotation tonight?
Yeah, Markel is going to play, and and J.I. is going to play also. Their minutes will be restricted, but it'll be good to have them both out there.
Philip Rossman-Reich, Orlando Magic Daily.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, J.I. has been out for almost 8 months now. What are you hoping to see from him? Is it just kind of get him out there and let him get the blood flowing again? What do you hope to see from him? What do you expect to see from him?
Yeah, exactly what you said. I mean, just get him out there and he's on a minute restriction. See how he feels. He's in the times that he's played in practice, he's done so much work that he's actually looked very good and he's felt good. So this will be the next step in his returning. And it's good to have him back. He's excited to play, and obviously we're ecstatic that he'll be out there.
Eric Wilson, 1070 The Zone.
Coach, good morning. Looking at everything today after having the tape and knowing that Denver is your next opponent, what was one aspect that you guys focused on today, offensively and or defensively?
Big thing that we need to clean up is our pick and roll and our dribble handoff defense. And they are, I think, second in the NBA when they have all their players in the number of dribble handoffs they run per game. They're a great cutting team, and they're unique in that they use their big guys, Jokic and Plumlee as kind of the trigger man for their offense. So they're a very good team for us to play. We've ended up, which I think will help us, playing three obviously terrific teams in these scrimmages, and it's allowed us to, so far, the two that we've played, get a lot out of it.
Back to Dan Savage.
If you kind of touched on it there, but, how unique are some of the lineups that they're currently running with Bol and Jokic, and how much does Jokic's passing allow them to do those type of lineups?
Yeah, totally. And on the way in, I got a chance to talk to Mike Malone, and they're going to have some of their perimeter guys back tonight. So hopefully we won't be playing much against it. They had a lineup the other night where I think their smallest guy was Jeremy Grant at 6'9". So I think they're not really traditional anyway, which is one of the reasons that it's good to play against. But it's all set up by Jokic's skill level, passing, decision making. He's obviously a thinking man's player, and he plays like a point guard in a center's body.
Jamie Say, WKMG.
And Steve, just given that this is the last scrimmage, where do you hope the urgency is? Where do you think it needs to be?
Yeah, I think it's, hopefully similar to the second half the other night. We got off to a poor start against the Lakers. They were terrific. We were a step behind. And then the one thing I did like was I felt in the second half we had a great response. I mean, that's of the four halves we've played, that was by far our best all-around basketball. And it started with that, which is where it always is. It's always the purpose, but it starts with the right intensity and the right concentration.
Okay, we have time for one more for Coach. Kendra Douglas, Wesh TV.
Hey, Steve, real quick, kind of going back to JI, what was it in that moment that made you guys all realize that he is ready to play? Was it a certain practice? Was it him? Was it the staff? What kind of specifics on what made you guys feel comfortable, like this is a good time to bring him back?
Yeah, I would say more of a buildup. You know, when the guys were allowed to do the optional, then mandatory individual workouts at home in Orlando, in Amway, I mean, he was coming in most days twice. He would come in early in the morning. He'd be the first one in, and then he would come back in the afternoon and work out again. And then this has been planned. It's been a buildup of on the court, in the weight room, and with all his rehab, and with obviously a lot of discussion with him, you know, with Jeff, with David, with Lindsay, you know, everybody's involved. So it's really been, again, you know, every day watching him closely, sitting down, discussing where he's at, and everybody's comfortable that, you know, that he's ready to take this step.
Hey, thanks, Cliff.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll be back in a second, George.
Okay, thanks, everybody. We are going to do our best to get Jonathan